Alright, well, you know, it's been a while since I've done a review, and you know what, I have to review this. This is Tekken 7. Now, it's the 7th installment in the Tekken series, in the main series, and you also have Tekken Tag Tournament and then Tag Tournament 2. But I'm not going to really, how would you say it? I'm not going to really compare this one to the Tag Tournament series. I'm going to go right off from Tekken 6 for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. I'm going to go right to this one because basically that's what it is. It's more similar to that. And it'd be a lot better. Oh, also Tekken Revolution, if you guys ever played that. But most people kind of skipped it. I didn't. It was pretty cool. You should check it out. But anyways. So Tekken 7. Anyways. So, the game, I'm going to start with the story first because that's probably... I can get this one out of the way before I can get into gameplay-wise, because gameplay-wise it plays... I'll tell you in a bit. But... so the story, you know, it follows the Mishima's family, which they're calling it now the Mishima Saga in Tekken 7. So it's going to complete the Mishima Saga and basically everything we know from the original Tekken games. And I mean, that's really cool for somebody who follows all this, like the story arcs in the Tekken series. I'm glad that they kind of threw this one in there as kind of completing the saga. Because for people who picked up Tekken 7, you didn't really get no kids who picked up Tekken 7. It was all adults who picked up Tekken 7. No one else did it. I mean, so people who played Tekken, who are playing Tekken 7 right now, are probably people who played the Tekken series for like forever. And if there were some people that followed the story, this game gives closure to that. You finally get to see like Hahachi and Kazuya. You finally get to see their like epic battle, and their battle is pretty epic. The only problem I have with the story is that the game kind of follows like this, what do you call it, this reporter. So every now and then you'll get these segments that like this reporter like just jumps in, and oh my god, they're so boring. Like he'll just start telling a story of like everything that's happening, and it's just like, dude, we saw it happen. Just I didn't think there was no need for a reporter to be in the story, especially with like these drawn out cutscenes. When it got down to it, all I wanted to see was I wanted to see, you know, fights happen and, you know, a bunch of epic moments. And what's really cool is that when I see Tekken 7, I see these characters fighting each other, and I see the story like unraveling and whatever. It kind of gives me the sense that like when I was playing it, they do flashbacks of old PlayStation games from the Tekken series, and with the original cutscenes. So there's a lot of nostalgia. And when I'm starting to see like I see that the story arc is coming to a close, I can't help but like just when I look at them, you can tell these characters are very iconic. Just the story makes them a lot more iconic, and it makes them a lot more. You see the weight of the battle. But for people who have never played the Tekken series and they don't know the story, you guys aren't gonna really get there a lot. The execution of the story, like the closing of it could have been better, but it could have been better. The execution could have been better, but really it's for the people who have been following the story forever. If you've never followed the story of the Tekken series, well then don't worry about it, because you can still pick up this game and follow it really well, kind of, if you do all the unlockables. Now, this is where I say Tekken 7, like, it shines so well, because in Tekken 7, they have all the cutscenes, all of them, unlockable from every single Tekken game, including the tag tournaments. Every single one of them. So, when I was playing, you know, I think that this is really cool. If a fighting game, like, they have galleries, I think Tekken 7 wins in the forms of content, because it's just, oh man, there's just so much. So like I said, the story was fine. I'm gonna just close off the story in that the story is just, it's enjoyable to watch, and there's a lot of epic battles. Really, ultimately felt like I was watching DBZ mixed with some Avengers in there. I'm just saying, that's what it felt like. And then, so closing out the story on that note, the gallery in this game is probably one of the best things I have ever seen. Like I said, you're gonna unlock every single cutscene from all past Tekken games, which I was very happy to see. Not only that, like when I saw Tekken 1 in there, or Tekken 3, that was just amazing. And it's just so cool that they actually implement like all these different you know, all the cutscenes. You can actually see the evolution of Tekken. Not only that, they have special movies that I guess the cast kind of, or the production team, they kind of, you know, put together. And they put in together mixes of Tekken 1, 2, 3, you know, music videos and stuff. And it's really cool. And then I'm going to get down on the fighting real quick before I go on about the gallery, because I could talk about the gallery a lot. And when it comes to the fighting style of Tekken, the entire Tekken series, it's just, I've always respected Tekken in the sense that they've always kind of kept their fighting mechanics the same, but they've always slightly improved them and made them a little faster. And one thing I've kind of seen in fighting games is like Mortal Kombat, Marvel vs. Capcom. It's always been fast, and same with Street Fighter, but more so like Mortal Kombat. It's just like you always saw them, they started getting faster and faster, and now you see people doing ridiculous fast moves and everything, and it's just like, alright. But one thing I respect about Tekken is that they never really changed the formula too much. They've speeded up a little, and I think Tekken 7 improves on that because they've implemented new moves with your characters. They've done new things. It's slightly faster. They've implemented a new, like a rage, this cool new rage system mode. I mean, I think they've had it in Tekken 6 and Revolution, but I think it's done well here, and just the sense of the strategy that it takes, because Tekken 7, it's still. It's not your average fighting game. For people who are used to Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter and all those other fast-paced fighting games like Killer Instinct, it's just, this game is a lot more slow-paced. And I like that. It's slow-paced and it's more strategy. You're really thinking about it. It can be fast-paced, you can have its fast moments, but ultimately it comes down to the pace of the game, and it's really for those people who want to be patient and learn the fighting games. And it takes a lot of skill to be good at a Tekken game. More so than it does Street Fighter V and Mortal Kombat, I think. Granted, yeah, it still takes skill to be really good at those games, but I'm saying Tekken 7 is one of those games that it's really odd in the sense that it's never strayed away from that 3D environment to where you can revolve around the battlefield and kind of use the stage to your advantage, and that's what I really like. And so for people who are used to like 2D fighting games, I mean, it's completely different. So I mean, that's one thing I want to let you guys know, that if you're into 2D fighting games and you're not too fond of the 3D gameplay of like being able to move around the stage at all and having the entire 360, you know, stage around you, it's probably not for you if you don't like that type of gameplay, because that's what it is. And like I said, the gameplay, it goes really well with just how it evolved, and I really enjoy seeing how it evolved over time, because I've been with the Tekken series forever. This is like what I've been Tekken series, and I've been with that, and then Street Fighter, and I've been with a lot of the fighting games because my uncles and them, we always played it. And the Tekken series is one of those games that is like one of those first PlayStation fighting games that you get, and it's one of those games that me and my cousins, we'd always sit around, and that's kind of how we would like, what do you call it? We kind of get at each other. Like, if we wanted to settle a dispute or something, we'd go to Tekken. Like, that was the one fighting game we went to. If we wanted to dispute something or like settle something, Tekken was a way to settle it. And it's still there. It still has its charm and everything. Now, I'm not saying that the game is perfect, because it's not. There's a couple of things I don't like about the game. Now, with the game, they have this rage system mode, and of course you can use the rage system to either do your special attacks in there, or you can press the R1 button, and you can do one ultimate, basically, fatality move that's so overpowered. And this is where it gets me a little bit, because you can only get the rage system mode. It doesn't build up in a meter like Street Fighter or, you know, anything like that, or like Mortal Kombat does. You have to wait until you get to like 25% less health, and then you can use it. Now, the point is, like, why I hate it is that because when you're fighting in Tekken, most likely it's a really even playing field, and so your health bars for you and your opponent are going to be about the same. So you have your opponent's health bar go down, you'll have yours go down, and if your opponent's health bar is like at 30% or so, and you use that R1 move when you're low health, or you're attacking somebody and you're about to kill them, and they use that R1 move and you're also at low health, and you get hit by that thing, it's almost unblockable. You can block them, but it's nearly almost unblockable, because you have to learn like all these 36 characters, different moves. I think it's 37. There's 37 different characters, and you have to learn all the, because people use different characters, and you have to learn like kind of all their unblockable moves or like unblockable. You have to learn all the blockable R1 moves, just because when you're playing against people, you don't know when they're going to use it. But I'm just saying, if you're at 30% health and you get hit by that R1 move, it's ultimately game over because it's almost an instant kill. And that's one thing I hate. I think they gotta nerf it, or they gotta buff everybody's health up or something, because, I mean, it's just... I got a text message. Ultimately, it's overpowered a little bit, because you could be winning one match and that guy uses the R1 move and you die. It's the round goes to him because he used the R1 move, and I think that does kind of like get to me a little bit. Granted, when you play online, there is an unwritten law that nobody uses the R1 move. Nobody uses it. Nobody. You find someone who uses it, feel free, go crazy on them, spam them, all that crap. Because, I mean, like I said, it's an unwritten law in the game that nobody uses the R1 move until someone implements the R1 move, and then it's all out. It's time to play dirty. That's basically what it is. And not to mention, there are some spam characters. There's always going to be spam characters in fighting games, so you can always expect that. And I mean, that's something you can always expect from people, is that they're going to use spam characters. And there's some spam characters in there that kind of like, I look at them, I'm like, all right, that moves needs like a little bit of a frame delay, or something. And it's just, it gets to you a little bit, but ultimately it's not something that's going to ruin the experience if you play with like people who actually honor their fights. So I mean, there you go. Also, the online mode on this game, let me just tell you, the first day that it was out, it was broken. I can't connect to a ranked match or social match, and I know I have good internet because when my internet pops up, it's freaking 5 bars, all the way. Not only that, but I freaking spent like $300 on a modem. There's no way my internet's gonna die. I've also played with other friends and everything. I met some cool people on there that we've been hosting tournaments. Tournament mode is actually working pretty well. I've had a few times where tournament mode just lags everybody out and sucks because I've gone to the last round. I'm trying to get that trophy where I actually win a tournament, because I've gotten so close to it, but every time I'm there and I'm about to win it, or I've won the tournament mode, and right before the match registers, it cuts everybody off and there goes my trophy. It doesn't give me the trophy, and it's just, it gets me upset a little bit. But I mean, it is to happen to some fighting games that the servers don't work well, and like I said, the servers are kind of working, they kind of aren't. It's basically it's an iffy, like you could get a good match, you could get a crappy match, and it's just, Also, input lag. For people who are just casual fighters, you're not going to really care about input lag, but in the game, depending on your bars, there is input lag, so I mean, you could be fighting somebody, and timing is of the essence in fighting games, because that is the most important thing. You could probably hit a punch before somebody, but due to input lag, you hit the punch before him, but maybe like 9 or 10 frames later, then your punch will go. Granted, we're talking about milliseconds here, but I'm saying, like, for really competitive people, this is a really big deal. And it's something that I'm starting to get really into the competitive scene of Tekken. Like, I'm actually doing tournaments and stuff for Tekken, and I'm in practice mode for a lot. And it's something that, it's there. The input lag's there, but it's not that bad. Granted, it all depends on who you go against and what their connection speed is. Granted, they can tell you on the bars, on the side of their names, so you can choose whether to fight them or not, and I do like that, because if you get somebody who has crappy connection, don't fight them, because your game is going to be moving around like maybe 7 frames a second, and oh my god, you want to kill yourself. So that's online for you. There is a practice mode. There is, like, while you're waiting for online ranked matches, you can go and practice until you get a guy that wants to face off against you. And I like that. I think all fighting games should have a training mode while that's happening. Now, here's the best part of the game, is the customization. Well, yeah, the customization. Because, or you know what, I'm going to talk about practice mode real quick, because it's real quick. Practice mode, you can... It's your average practice mode, but you can actually have it to where, like, they tell you, of course, all fighting games should have it, but I've seen a couple that don't, where they tell you that your moves, what buttons you're pressing, you can learn combos and stuff, and it's really cool. Spend a lot of time in practice mode if you're new to Tekken 7, because you're going to need it to go online. And like, if you want to get good at Tekken, spend time in practice mode. Choose a character that fits you and go into practice mode, learn their combos, go to the move list, do all that stuff, because it's something that you really need. You can set different conditions in practice mode, which is really cool. You can set, every game, like I said, they should offer this in every fighting game. whether the computer stands there and blocks, whether the computer fights back, whether, you know, all that kind of stuff. And it's your average practice mode, and like I said, it's one of those practice modes I really do enjoy. Another thing I want to get into is customization. Now, the customization in this game is probably the best. This is why I like Tekken 7 the best. It's just, the customization in this game, it's just, you can customize these people's hair, you can customize almost any, you pick a character you like and just make it your own, basically. You can put hats on them, you can freaking make them wear bikinis, you can make them wear, I don't know, whatever you want. It's amazing. There's even this guy called Gigas in there, and you can make him wear a turtle back, and basically my idea was like, oh, I'm going to make a Ninja Turtle. There you go. If you guys want to make the Joker, Dragunov is there with the face paint and that big old smile. I'm just saying, it's right there. Me and my friend, I'm telling you, we spent like maybe a little bit too long on customizing. We spent like maybe 3 hours customizing characters, and we made some pretty fruity characters just to kind of like make fun of them or something. Another one I made Tingles from The Legend of Zelda. I got Bob and put him in like a green outfit to make him look like Tingles, and that's really cool because the more you play the game, the more you unlock costumes, the more you unlock clothes for your characters, the more you unlock different things, and that's probably one of the best things in the game, is that unlocking. One of the best things in the game is unlocking the things for your characters, and there are so many customization options in this game. It's just, I can't wrap my head around how much there is. There's just so much stuff packed into this game that is so worth your $60. And I don't want to go too much into it, but like, I want you guys to experience the customization options on your own when you buy the game. And you can unlock different portraits, you know, for your character, palettes and everything. There's just so much. And also, of course, you can customize your templates. Probably one of the best customizable templates ever. You can customize like your health bar, your tag on there, your background for your tag, your background for your entire picture thing. It's really cool. But yeah, and then like I said, I want to get more into the gallery. Like I said, you can unlock artwork, you can unlock movies from every Tekken game out there. You can unlock, you know, like I said, the artwork, and it's just it's something that I really enjoy. And another thing I want to mention that's probably one of the best features in the game, if you don't like the Tekken 7 music, which the Tekken 7 music is pretty cool, but if you don't like it, you can pick soundtracks from every single Tekken game and just preset them. And if you don't want to preset them, like if you like a song from Tekken 3 or you like a song from Tekken 6, you can go ahead and go to every level, every scenario in the game, training mode, practice mode, the menu, a specific level. If there's a specific level that transitions to a different place and you want to change the music to a more hyped up music because it got to the last round, you can do that. In this game, you can make your own playlist, and for every scenario it has in the playlist, for every menu, for every level, for every transition in the level, it has a different song that you can customize. If you want to keep it the entire same song the entire time, do it. If you want to change the song as the battle escalates, you can do that too. It's there. And it's just, it amazes me because there are a lot of songs in the Tekken series that I really enjoyed, and it has to be the best feature in the game, because when it comes to music, to me, I think music is very special in a video game because it can make or break it. And the Tekken series has always had great soundtracks, but some soundtracks I've really liked better. And one of the soundtracks that I really liked was from Tekken 6, and like they went more like of a, I guess what, like a techno approach in one of the levels. Like there's this lava level, it looks like from, like you're fighting on like, Planet Vegeta, or like Goku and freaking Frieza fighting on Namek or something. It looks like that, and it's just, there's a song in there, like it didn't fit well for me for like, I guess, lava levels, so I went back and I changed the song to a song from Tekken 6 called Sacred Dark. And if you know that song, you know what I'm talking about. And let me just say, it fits probably the best in any Tekken series, but it's probably one of the best things in the game. Granted, as the rounds transition, the characters don't pound the ground like they used to in Tekken 6, but I mean, that's to be expected. But I mean, they do some changes. It's more arcade-ish, but ultimately, guys, I do think Tekken 7 is probably one of the better buys of this game. You either got Tekken 7 or Injustice 2. Granted, my friend got Injustice 2, I got Tekken 7, and we just shared play on the PlayStation, which was one of the best features ever. But I just kind of want to talk about Tekken 7 and let you guys know how I'm enjoying it. And ultimately, I am enjoying it pretty well. Granted, the online is a little shaky. That's probably the only problem you're going to have. If you're new to the series, you're not going to understand the story unless you go back and do like a recap or something of what's going on. But for people who have followed the Tekken series, you'll finally get that epic battle between Hahachi and... I forgot his name. I said his name earlier. Oh my god. But the most iconic characters, you're going to have them fight off, and you're going to see that great epic beatdown. It's really cool. They could have done it a little bit better, but ultimately, it's a nice little closing thing. Also, they kind of remastered one of the scenes from Tekken 1. I'm just putting it out there. They remastered a scene from Tekken 1. Just saying. And you get to play out that scene, and I thought that was really cool. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and ultimately... I need to come up with a review scale for my channel, because eventually I'll put a review scale up. Maybe it's something that this game has to be probably one of the better fighting games that I've ever played, and it's something that I'm really getting into. I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing the tournaments and stuff, and I'm really enjoying it, guys. But if you guys picked up Tekken 7, I'll leave my gamer tag in the link below. We can do some tournaments. I am streaming with other people, and I met these people that actually do really good streams for Tekken 7. So I'll leave the link to their Twitch below. They're actually almost at 1,000 followers, so if we could kind of support them. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. I just kind of want to talk about this a little bit, and yeah. But anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying Tekken 7. If you purchased it, if you haven't purchased it, you should probably purchase the game and look more into it. If you've never heard of Tekken, or if you're just getting new to the Tekken series, look into it. If you're enjoying it, if you've played Tekken series before, this is exactly like that. But I think this Tekken 7 is probably the perfect love letter to long time Tekken fans. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, upvote if you're watching on Vidme. And as always, guys, remember when you're gaming, always remember to power up.